Hey everybody, BBQ Kyle here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the redstone circuit for my mob grinder, or crusher, whatever you want to call it. This part is pretty much the same as everyone else's. If I can fly that, there we go. You have some sort of funnel system up here. We'll get rid of this. And they'll get funneled into this 1x1 hole. They'll fall down, get crushed. And it'll bring them down to a one-punch kill. You go down there, you punch them, you gather your drops, your XP, and you're on your way. So to start, I'm going to build the basic grinding chamber where they get crushed. Not very different. Start with a block, put a pressure plate on it, and 2 up on either side. That block's not necessary and it needs to be removed. Come out 2. And just for a little decoration, we're going to use some iron bars. Stone slab. Come around to the back. Put that there. Build up 2. Sticky piston. Sticky piston. And then wall of stone. Build it all the way up. And this will be the bottom of your collection area. However you decide to do it, whatever mob. Going to be specific. We need a block there. There we go. There's your basic starting point of your mob grinder. I'm going to build up one more up top here. Little ring. And this will be the bottom of your chute, whatever funnel system you have, to get the mobs into this 1x1 hole. Alright, now for the redstone. So we're going to go around to the back. On the block right below the bottom piston, we're going to put a repeater here. And a repeater here. Now what we're going to do is build up 2 behind this repeater and place one facing this way. Alright, now to the back, blocks here, and 2 comparators. And make sure the 2 tails point towards each other. There we go. Put a row of 4 blocks behind the hoppers. 2 pistons facing each other, just like every other redstone or a hopper timer, and place a block of redstone on the left. Once you have all this in place, I'm going to go over here, build a monostable circuit. I'm going to do it backwards just so it lines up a little bit better. Oops, wrong one. 2 blocks. Torch should be right behind this piston. Build out 3. 3. Up 1. And on top of this, up and over. We can get rid of that one. Redstone repeater facing towards the pistons with a 2-tick delay. Bit of redstone dust. Redstone torch up there. And we're going to connect that to the pressure plate. Just doing this for looks. You can totally place it on grass, but I just think it looks better on stone. Get rid of that. Here we go. And then we're going to place a piece of stone here and connect that up. Now basically what this part is here, I've seen this missing in a lot of designs. This is a little check circuit. Basically, as long as this one is firing, nothing can trigger another pulse to go through here to re-trigger the timer. So it'll allow the timer to fully cycle through before it'll allow another pulse in to trigger it. So if you're unfamiliar with how this works, basically a mob falls into here, triggers that pressure plate. Signal comes up, this redstone signal goes into the monostable circuit, which will turn any length of pulse into a really short one, which will be just long enough to trigger this piston. All the contents in this hopper, which I've put in 12 pieces of zombie flesh, make it good for something, will transfer over here. As long as this hopper has something in it, this comparator will fire into this block, which will then be picked up by this repeater, pushed into this block, which will fire this piston. As soon as this hopper's empty, this comparator will stop sending a signal, which will turn on this torch, force the block back over here, which means the items will funnel back from this hopper into this one. And once this hopper's empty again, this comparator will stop firing and this piston will retract. This top piston's job is to close off the chamber until the mob in there has been killed. So what we're going to do is place a block on top of this torch, run it over here, up 1, we can get rid of that, and over 1. So there should be 1 block of space between this block and this piston. take a redstone torch, place it on the end, and then we're going to get some redstone dust and run it from here all the way down to here. What that does is whenever this redstone is off, meaning there's nothing on the pressure plate, this torch is off. As soon as this comes on, this piston engages, and nothing else can fall in here until whatever's in there has been killed. So what I found is that about 12 items in this hopper is enough to bring just about anything down to one punch. Of course, the exceptions are anything that has more than the standard amount of health, like a iron golem or an enderman. Those will take a little bit more, but enderman will just teleport out, so it's not really good for that. But if you need to adjust the time, if it needs to go a little bit longer, try putting an item in there or taking it out. So if whatever mob you're trying to kill can't be brought down to a one-punch kill just by taking items out of or putting items into this hopper, there's a little fine-tuning circuit you can add on. Place a block right here on the right side of the piston. Grab a redstone repeater. Build up 3 and then over 1. Underneath this block here, place a redstone torch. Then place one on this side. And then add 2 bits of redstone dust on top. And then the delay in this repeater will act as a fine tune. So you can add 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 tick of extra time to crush. Now to test this, I've built this little cover here just so whatever I throw in here doesn't take any sun damage. I'm going to throw skeleton in there. Now this is with 12 pieces in the hopper and no delay on the fine-tuning repeater. And 1 punch brings them down. Now I will say this about trying to find the perfect timing for every mob in the game. For pigmen and zombies, there is no perfect time. No matter what you do, the closest you can get them to death is 2 punches. So everything else you can get down to 1 punch. The only thing I found that I can't, no matter what fine-tuning I do, no matter how many items I put in or take out of that hopper, the zombies and pigmen will not go down to a 1-punch kill. Now one thing you'll have to take into consideration when setting this thing up and configuring it for whatever mob you're trying to kill is that it might not be the same for every setup, because if they take fall damage getting into the chamber, you have to take that into consideration and take off some time for how long they're going to be crushed. So there it is. This video is more focusing on the circuit. I'm not really going to focus on a sort of funneling system or any way to get the mobs in here. I can do that if you guys want to see that. Just like this video and comment down below. Let me know you want to see that video, and I'll start working on some of those. But not this video. This video is more about the redstone circuit, how it works, how you can configure it, how you can make it work for any mob in the game except for anything that can teleport. You know, fully customizable, and it's definitely the one that I use. So there we go. I'm not going to focus on any sort of funneling system, anything that really gets the mobs into this hole. That'll be for another video. This was more focusing on the redstone circuit, how to get this to work, how to dial it in, how to configure it, how to get it all working. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you guys want me to do a funneling video, how to get different mobs into this 1x1 hole, keep in mind enderman will not work in this. So that's going to do it. I'm not going to go into a funneling system for different mobs. That'll be saved for another video. This was more focusing on the redstone circuit, how to build it, how to configure it for every mob in the game. As long as they can't teleport or heal themselves, this will work for everything. So basically endermen and witches are out, but it'll work for pretty much anything else you can find. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something. And until next time, guys, take it easy.